commitment, really. Commitment from our guys. To defend 20 odd good ball sets, most of them on your own try line, I thought were just an incredible effort for each other. You know, system wise, tackle wise, effort, trying to close them down. You know, even the try, I'm not sure how it looked. To me, it looked like it squeezed the forward pass out for the first one. And they're a good team. You know, they throw plenty at you. You know, there's a couple of players missing tonight, but they still threw plenty at us. And then to get the double whammy, kick off on the full, and then another try, which were excellent. I thought obviously then that we're going to test our resolve. But again, full of big moments. I think big moments in the game, whether they be brain explosions, good bits of play, tries. But yeah, I thought really proud of what our guys have committed to each other in terms of defensive effort. You know, tonight I thought the defence were just magnificent, really. And we've said for a while, if we can concede 2 tries a game, which has been, you know, apart from Saints, that's close to where we've been at. We'll always be with a chance. We know we're going to have to improve as attack. On the back of a big penalty count tonight, on the back of a sizable penalty count. So yeah, tremendous spirit and a magnificent effort. Need to get better with the ball at times.
I thought we were poor. I thought the amount of errors that we coughed up in the first half just put us under too much pressure, and Leeds took advantage. I suppose 6-0 is pretty tight at half time, but then we conceded straight after half time. Really, I thought it was a really soft try, and that hurt us as much as anything. And we never really played well. We made too many errors, and then we get ourselves back in the game. Our decision making, I think that pass from Greg's just not on. It's just too long. That's a poor decision. They score on the back of that, and that's the game really. So yeah, I just thought disappointing. I don't think at any point we played with any fluency. I mean, I think obviously our halfbacks, we've got halfbacks sat down all over the place. So having to put Pete in there, Jordan was so good at full back that last week that we put Pete in at half, and I don't think that worked. I don't think we got any fluency in our attacking play. And Leeds just about deserved it, I thought. Thought there were some tough calls against us, but ultimately, Leeds deserved to win the game, and we were a long way off, really, anywhere near our being at our best. In some ways, it's understandable. We got key players missing, but we should be able to come up with a better effort than that, I think.
Nearly scored with his first touch, and certainly shows what he's capable of. Just a bit surprised, really. I just asked Liam Sutcliffe, why'd you let him kick off? Reece can kick the ball. He can kick the ball to Alton Bywater from here, and it's a short pitch. I just thought it was a strange decision on our part, but there are things that we can iron out going forward. I think emphasise well, and we've got that spirit towards each other and commitment towards each other. Some of the other, skill parts of our game are easy to fix up.
You need another score, and then you're in it. But another score against you, and you're not in it. You're out of it, and that's what happened ultimately. And decision making in games like that is key. And we got our decision making tonight was pretty poor, I thought.
One game at a time. We've always said we're excited about what we've got left to achieve this year. We spoke about that in the changing room. One win now, people will be saying, but one defeat on the trot. And so, look, one game at a time. We talked about 10 cup finals, we've had 2, we've got the win. Back home next week. Obviously, again, a team what's in and around us. They're just all important. They're all important games, week by week. We're very fortunate that we've got a fit and healthy squad. For the best part, we've still got some guys coming back, so we're going to get some competition for places. We won't have to push anybody through that's tired or injured. And the boys credit to them, have got a tremendous, they're very united at the moment.
Yeah, he's got it in him, Greg, hasn't he? You know, with his decision making, and I think those sorts of things can look spectacular, but they're high risk. He's an high risk play, and it didn't come off, and ultimately, whether we would have won the game, you don't know. But we've got 8 minutes, and whatever it was, seconds, and we've got an opportunity. We've got the momentum, and Leeds are bound to be nervous because they've gone from being, in a really strong position to being in a vulnerable position, and you've got probably 4 sets to have a pop at that, and to give it away like that is pretty disappointing.
Honestly, we just keep talking about one game at a time, and I know you think that that's just a press statement and all this, but I don't want to think about that. I just want to think about next week. I just want to think about getting the same amount of effort, commitment, fixing up some of the stuff we need to fix up, keeping the boys happy, if that makes sense, keeping them on track, which certainly attitude-wise we seem to be at the moment, and we'll let all that sort of stuff sort itself out, but it's just about next week.
Massive game reaching next week, isn't it? You get another one there.
half an hour after the final whistle. They're all massive games, mate. They're all. I'd love to think there comes a point in the season where it's not as massive a game, but I've always said we'll be the ones that decide where and how we finish. It's as simple as. I think undoubtedly we've got the talent, the commitment, so we just need to keep that together, and all that other stuff takes care of itself.
There was a lot of emotion among the players at the end. You were right in the middle of it. Were you able to enjoy it just for a couple of minutes? Because I know it's probably been as tough for you as it has been for the players.
Do you know what, Aaron? And I'm not playing it down, but because it's sort of an interim position, and it's like I don't feel like my life depends on it. Probably underscores the self that I'm coaching Leeds at the moment. But it has enabled me to have a really clear head, pressure-free existence in the job, and I guess do what I believe in, do what I think is right for this team at this moment in time, and not get too swung on emotions or jobs and all that. It probably helps at the point I am in my career and I guess my life really, that if Kevin wants to go out and get a new coach tomorrow, I'm fine with that. If he wants to continue till end of year in this vein, I'm fine with that. I'm quite relaxed about the situation, and I guess that's transmitting into how I'm feeling on a game day and how we're approaching the week really. So all alright at the moment. Look, one result away and you'll all be having us down for relegation again. So loved this performance tonight from a defensive aspect. We won't be getting too carried away. We're determined to, as I say, chalk up some more as quick as we possibly can.
We weren't creative enough, and Luke Gale, Jake Truman, Jamie Ellis are all not available to us. So there's a reason for us not being as creative as we could be. But there's still ways to score points and to put pressure on the opposition. I think we dropped the ball 2 or 3 times on first tackle, and that's criminal really. You're not going to have much of a chance if you're doing that. So and our accuracy with our attacking play was just way off, to be honest. And so some of the boys just not playing at the level that we need to win games consistently at the moment, and that's a big thing for us. Consistency. We're not consistent at the minute, and I need to try and find a team in amongst all the injuries that we've got that can be consistent. That's proving pretty difficult at the moment. If players aren't playing well enough, then we need to get them out of there. I'll certainly have to do some of that next week. I'm hoping Ollie Holmes is going to be available next week, which gives us a little bit more. And I've got some tough decisions to make on who I pick next week, and some of our young boys potentially come into contention as well, because can't be much worse than what we saw tonight. You know, I was pretty poor.